Hello, I'm Stephen Schrader. I'm going to be the Libertarian presidential candidate. I find I have to address the major issue of the day, impeachment. Now, as a student of history, I find this amazingly interesting. I've said on multiple occasions that the Democratic National Party is in the process of, self-destructing. And what they've done here is a major nail, if not multiple nails, in that coffin. First off, they were insane to initiate impeachment before they had actual evidence of a crime having been committed. This, combined with the 2.5 years of their constant pounding on the impeachment drum, means that their entire investigation is now contaminated. And no matter how it turns out, they're going to go down in history as staging the biggest witch hunt in history. I know they did it to fire up their base, but they're firing up Trump's base even more. And now they're trapped. They can't end impeachment. They fired up their base with it, and if they end impeachment, every Democrat in Congress that supports ending impeachment is not going to be reelected. So they're committed. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. As for the charges against Trump, there are two things to look at. One, now, do I think that his phone call itself and what he said broke the law? I don't know. That's why we have investigations. It may or may not have reached the point of abuse of power. However, at least his staff realized that he made a major political blunder when he asked the president of Ukraine to look into Joe Biden's activities that resulted in a Ukrainian prosecutor getting fired. A prosecutor that was conducting a case against a company that Joe's son was on the board of. And I'm sorry, but it was bad enough when Obama sicked the IRS on his political opponents in the Tea Party. But to allow a president to establish the precedence of sicking foreign governments on his political opponents, that's an existential threat to our whole democracy. That's a real threat, and it needs to be investigated. Now, remember, Richard Nixon wasn't impeached for the Watergate break-in. He was impeached for, after the fact, trying to cover up possible linkage between his administration and the break-in. Well, after the phone call, Trump's advisors, they put special restrictions on the distribution of the text of that phone call. They realized he made a major blunder. And if that qualifies as a cover-up action, then yes, he's committed a high crime against our democracy, and it needs to be checked out. Now, let's make America sane again and do this as sanely as possible, please. But it has to be done. Now, if you want to see the other videos in this series, you can either go to my campaign website, Schrader, SCHRADER, for president, the number 2020.com, or you can go to YouTube, type in S. Schrader, spelled the way I just did it, and the word campaign, and they're all there. Or you can follow me on Twitter at Stephen, spelled with a PH, and then Schrader. Goodbye.